I've seen people who have finished PhD and taken works as chefs, and for me, for the lack of a better word, it's disgusting. It's a different situation when you finish a PhD and you take those work for, let's say, whilst you're looking for a job, right? And you are making money, I mean, something to survive, or you say, okay, I'm going to do this and get some money and go back home and invest. But to finish a PhD and you say for the rest of your life you are going to work in a warehouse as a somebody picking up and dropping those kind of things. I think it's that kind of thinking. It means you didn't even have an education at all, for the lack of a better way. You are not educated. In fact, in the words of one of my teachers, you are an educated illiterate.
Yeah, that should be a quote.
Because how on earth would you finish a PhD and you are, for me, I'm not being sacked from Ghana.
Yeah.
And if I go to Ghana with as low as 5,000 euros, it might not be money here, but I probably can start something small. That with this little bit of, I don't have to live in Accra anyways when I go to Ghana. I don't have to live in the city. With a little bit, I can go back somewhere else and start and turn it around because of the knowledge I have and those kind of things. I find it humiliating actually that I would finish a PhD, and I am not done with my PhD, and I know people will disagree with me, but I would not. I mean, I'm not saying, for a year after your PhD, when you're looking for a job, you are here searching for a job and those kind of things. You can do certain things to pay your bills, of course. But after that, like, to say that the entire work I'm going to do just to stay in Europe is to be working in a warehouse and lifting boxes and those. What happened to the education you came to get?
And blame it on circumstances. Yeah, I know.
And that is entirely the thinking. So, that thinking starts when they come to do the schooling.
Yeah.
The whole point is they start, and it's the warehouse work, it's this, instead of focusing and for us to build your skills. It is those kind of things we are doing. You end up, you finish, you don't even have confidence in yourself.
Yeah. I've seen this before.
People finish and they don't even have confidence in themselves, and that all they can do is this. And so for many of them, it's not also because there is anything really, really hard back home that when they go, they will not survive or anything. For many of us, it is because we didn't focus in the education. So the confidence of going back and thinking, or even not like going back, like confidence of even going to look for a better job here, like walking into a big office to say, I belong here, this is where I should get a job. They don't have it. So I've seen people who have done with their masters 5 years here and they are still, for Christ's sake, they're just walking around. I don't want to, because maybe it's going to quantify, but they're not doing anything meaningful with their lives. And for the women, they end up marrying some old Dutch guy, and that's just it.
Wow, you've seen a number of half Africans, half Dutch people here, especially in Wageningen. It's getting crazy. I've made, like, this week I'd say, more than 5 families. And I was like, okay, wow, the Dutch-African connection is getting bigger. And then when I was talking to another friend of mine, it was like, do you think so? Or it's just survival? And that was occasion to digest. To this day, I'm still thinking it's probably survival.
Especially among the Nigerians.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Especially among the Nigerians. That is what they do. They just have to survive. I
do not agree with that.
I will not sell my life just for document. And I made a post 3 days ago on Facebook. And then I said that I am not where I am in life yet. I'm not even done with my PhD. But my self-actualization in life would never include holding another country's passport and boasting about it.
Yeah.
There are different circumstances. Like maybe I get married, I meet a very beautiful Dutch lady, very calm, I get married, and those kind of things. But it is not going to be my self-actualization, like something that I am so daring to get, dreaming to get, that, in fact, instead of going home, I want to find a Dutch woman and marry at all cost. I've had to break up with very beautiful people that came into my life, like Ghanaians born here, well, ladies born to Ghanaian parents, both Ghanaian parents. Two, actually, because they were looking at me from with that kind of angle. I am going to marry you and give you documents. So I'm like, no. The moment that kind of perspective comes in, I'm like almost already a slave to you. But I have not been sacked from my country.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I think we should end these things to say we Africans think the survival lies outside our continent. Most of us.